Hey everybody, Harley here. Hope everybody's doing well. It's kind of a precarious time to say something like that with the COVID-19 virus going around and us all kind of just hanging out at home by ourselves and social distancing. And I hope everyone is safe and your families and you're healthy and happy and as happy as you can be, I guess, at a time like this. It's kind of a confusing time right now with jobs going away and businesses shutting down and incredibly skyrocketing unemployment rates and government programs that may or may not work. If you're in America, my hat's off to you because you're eking by the skin of your teeth. You've got the worst government, as far as I'm concerned, on the face of the planet that seems to be more interested in pardon me, they're more interested in protecting and saving face and their own interests financially and I guess in a matter of just laying blame than anything else. They're not interested in their people, so that's only costing lives. I mean, there are over 400,000 infected people in the U.S. and by Friday it looks like the U.S. will be number one on the death list for coronavirus. So. That's a terrible testament. We can discuss that a little bit. We can go into that further in the comments if you like. But today, it's 12:25 Eastern. I just wanted to chime in on the latest news that Bernie Sanders has suspended his campaign for the presidency. My thoughts on that are raising my blood pressure, to say the least. I think it's pathetic what Barack Obama and the DNC did, as well as what Elizabeth Warren didn't do and what she did. I mean, the lying about Bernie and the accusations that were completely false, and even Tulsi Gabbard came out and said they were. But again, we're going to Tulsi Gabbard and Cory Booker and Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar and all the candidates that when Barack Obama snapped his fingers, they suspended their campaigns and threw their support behind Biden, even though they didn't agree with Biden on anything. They did that because they just didn't want Bernie in power. That's what they did that's what the DNC did to get rid of Bernie, and it worked. So now as a result, what you're going to have is people not turning out to vote. You're going to have, especially young people, that are not going to bother. They're completely disenfranchised now, and you're going to have Trump's second term. So I hope you Americans are ready for that, because Donald Trump is going to be your president for another 4 years, and if there's anything left of America after he's done, there's not going to be much of it left going into his second term, because, I mean, with this, what they're calling a $2 trillion bailout, that's actually going to be more like a $6 to $10 trillion bailout, America is going to be in the worst debt situation of its lifetime as a country. He's making buck. He's making bank nonstop. I mean, his daughter and son-in-law made $82 million last year, just hanging out with Dad at the White House. Getting paid to be nobodies who are in the White House, going to meetings, and I sell second-rate dresses from China, but I'm going to sit in with world leaders. So that's the kind of country you've got. Best of luck to you. So yeah, the DNC is pretty much, and Barack Obama, hats off to you. You've guaranteed Donald Trump's second term just because you wanted to make sure that you didn't get your taxes raised and Bernie didn't outshine your legacy. So I hope your ego is worth the grief that comes with. I mean, Donald Trump would lock you up in a heartbeat if he could find a reason to. So you've just given him another 4 years. You've made Donald Trump a two-term president in the United States of America. So congratulations, Obama and the DNC. Tom Perez, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, weak. You're weak. You're weak. There's a reason that Donald Trump supported Nancy Pelosi for Speaker. She's weak. Everybody gives her strength. Oh, she went like this once. And she tore a piece of paper that meant absolutely nothing. It meant nothing. At the end of the day, she votes with them. So, I mean, it's laughable. It's a silent vote in Congress to get this ridiculous freaking stimulus package through. Come on. You just wanted no faces on it. So yeah, there's the American political system is completely dead. It's run by the oligarchs. It's run by the billionaire class and the millionaire class. It's laughable. It's not even a political system anymore. It's a pay-to-play system completely. So they got what they wished. You know, you get morons like Whoopi Goldberg making all kinds of accusations about Bernie Sanders and Alyssa Milano, who's the highest level of hardened scum on the food or the paint or whatever. That thing you peel off that you're like, ugh, and you throw it away and it's got little chunks of mold in it. That's Alyssa Milano. Anyone who will stand behind Joe Biden, who's got multiple sexual assault accusations against him when she was the hero of the Me Too movement, and blanks it off her Twitter page and attacks Bernie supporters. Alyssa Milano is what did Rose McGowan say? She's a lie? Rose McGowan was kind. She is the worst hypocritical scum when it comes to... Why doesn't she just go visit Harvey Weinstein? You know, maybe she can go in and help him get out early or something. I don't know. I'm just disgusted with the whole thing. I mean, there's a reason that the major news media didn't look into anything that had to do with Biden's accusations, because they all have the same interests. You know, approval ratings for mainstream media in the U.S. are right around the 20% range. Nobody likes them. Why? Because they can't trust them. That's why everybody gets their news from things like YouTube and Twitter and places like that. So, yeah, it's a terrible, terrible situation for America. I had really hoped that, you know, I mean, Sanders was going to put in some radical programs, Medicare for All program, which would have helped millions of Americans, and the how do you pay for it thing. Everyone who asks that question needs a slap at this point, because Bernie's Medicare for All program is proven, even by right-wing research, to cost less than the current system. Why? Because it eliminates the criminal middlemen who make a huge profit off people dying or off people getting sick. When 500,000 people in your country every year go bankrupt due to medical costs, you've got a problem. And if you don't address that problem, it's just going to keep festering. So that's my take on that. And again, folks, I'm willing to discuss any of this in the comments below. Leave a comment, I'll respond. And I know I do get the odd comment from people who just have, you know, you get those people who just watch it and, Abby's mad at him. He says something I disagrees with. If you don't know what you're talking about, I'm not going to take it lightly. I'm going to respond, and I'm going to wipe the floor with you. So please educate yourself before you comment. Find out about this. It is a fact that Bernie's Medicare for All would cost less than the current program. It is a fact that many voters won't turn out now because Joe Biden just does not excite them. Joe Biden has promised to veto Medicare for All if it comes across his desk as president. Who wants that? You know, people just are not excited, and I can't blame them. You're going to see a lot of people either not turn up to vote, or you're going to see people just writing in Bernie Sanders. That's what's going to happen, which is basically not turning out to vote. Down ballot voting could be interesting at that point if they do show up. The thing that is a solid fact is that Republican voters turn out en masse. So Trump's voters are going to turn out. Republican voters are going to turn out. So you've got your Trump solid supporters who are going to turn out and vote for him en masse. All of his support. If he's got 20 million supporters in the country, all those people are going to turn out to vote, unless something drastic happens, because they want their boy. They'll fight you in a bar if you talk against Trump. So they're going to turn out to vote for him. Then you've got your general Republicans, who some of which don't agree with Trump, but they're not voting against their party. So if they turn out to vote, they're going to vote Republican. So if you think that the Biden crowd, who is what? The rich, the Milanos and the Goldbergs and the, you know, Whoopi Goldberg, she's going to vote for him because he won't raise my taxes. right? Won't raise my taxes. Alyssa Milano won't raise my taxes. My taxes will stay the same. So I can keep my millions. So that's what's going to happen. Those people will turn out to vote for Biden. The rest of people won't. Is what it is. I mean, it's the hand we've been dealt today, and unfortunately, it's an unplayable hand. I mean, I'm of the opinion that Sanders should just say, "F it. I'm just going to stay in the Senate, do my job before I retire, finish up, and I'm done." You know, why go stump for Biden? When he stumped for Hillary, she came out and accused him this year and last year of not doing enough work for her. When he went to 41 different campaigns, some 2 a day, she did what? 10? He worked 4 times harder than her to try and get her elected. And in 2019, 2020, she accuses him of not doing enough. Wow. If that isn't the worst kind of scum in the world, I don't know what is. You know, an Alyssa Milano? Sure, that's a race to the bottom. So, yeah, that's just the kind of people that you're dealing with here. So, the you and me's, the middle class, the lower class, the disenfranchised people now, how many people are absolutely crushed by this announcement today that Sanders is suspending his campaign? It hit me like a stick in the head. It's terrible news all day long. It's terrible news for Americans. It's terrible news for multiple other countries. I mean, Canada, the nearest neighbor, I would hope that a Sanders presidency would eliminate, you know, any chance of a TPP, that would eliminate NAFTA, you know, write some fair trade deals. You know, that it would eliminate embargoes on Cuba, that it would stop the stupid wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and the genocide in Yemen, and the terrible things that they're doing in Iran right now. America is committing genocides all over the world, not only in Yemen, in a brutal military campaign with Saudi Arabia, but also in Iran. They're blocking every other country from bringing any kind of medical aid people in to help the Iranians, who are dying at a rate of 1 every 10 minutes. And I don't even want to hear any of this crap about, oh, Iran, and they were given so much money, and blah, blah, blah. The money that Iran got was theirs. America was holding it because America is nothing but a terrorist bully government. That's all they've ever been. And it's going to continue to be that way. Biden said it himself. Nothing's going to change. There's going to be no significant change. So, congratulations, America. You're going to be at war with 8 to 10 other countries on a consistent basis. Embargoes here, genocide there, restrictions on medical, bombing schools, hospitals. That's what America does. We want your oil, we want your resources, we want a change in government. Let's go to Venezuela and put in this clown that we educated in New York who's never been in an election, but we're going to call him president. Don't even get me started on how our Canadian government has also followed that lead out of some kind of ridiculous fear of Donald Trump, because they're too afraid to stand on their own 2 feet and say, this guy's never been in an election. How can you call him president? It's a coup. So, yeah, that's as you can see, I'm a little frustrated over all this. It's kind of disenfranchising, disenchanting, just blah crap to deal with. So, anyway, folks, I look forward to the discussion. I had a couple of conversations already with a few politically astute friends of mine by phone and internet, just going over what's happening here, and of course the discourse continues on Twitter. It's I don't know. The future is bleak. I would say it's uncharted, and I would say it could be a mystery, but it's not. You know what's going to happen. You know, it's going to be Biden and Trump. Trump's going to stomp all over Biden like yesterday's grapes, and Trump's going to take the election, and he's going to get a second term as president. And the DNC and Joe Biden and all of his followers have no one to blame but themselves. So, congratulations, Barack Obama. You've given Donald Trump his second term. I guess it's better to have somebody that looks way worse than you than looks better than you for the good of the American people. So that's what this is all about. Anyway, folks, my heart's with you. Lots of love. I hope everybody's okay. Stay 6 feet apart. Social distancing is important. Go out when you need to, but try to stay in as much as you can. I mean, people need groceries and things of the nature, but you know, my wife works in a hospital, so I mean, the amount of respect I've had throughout my life for these people. I mean, you know, firefighters, police, first responders, ambulance workers, paramedics, now involve, you know, staff at the grocery stores and the truck drivers and people that transport and bring us the things that we so desperately need while society shuts down around us. I can't even, my thanks to you in so many ways. It's amazing what you're doing for us. You do deserve more money. There's no two ways about it. I mean, I'm all for an increase in pay for all these people. I've heard that places like Save on Foods, Jim Pattison, the billionaire, is not increasing wages for people, and that's kind of disheartening at a time like this. What Jeff Bezos is doing with his Amazon staff is disgusting. But you know, these are the people these are the frontline warriors right now, who are doing everything they can for the rest of us, who are putting themselves at risk for the rest of us, who are working their tails off for the rest of us. So give them a shout out, show your appreciation, and have enough respect for them to help eliminate this virus by social distancing, staying at home, and following their lead. Follow Dr. Hinshaw on Twitter. She's a very intelligent lady. You can't believe anything that the Trump administration says in their talks, so I wouldn't even watch those. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Keep washing your hands. It's a heck of a thing. And, you know, the joke around with my friendship group right now is half the guys that I know, this is what it takes to get them to wash their hands in the bathroom. So, you know, if that's what it is, I've got breakout and cracked skin like crazy, but, you know, I'd rather wash too much and have some broken hands than the alternative. So take care of yourselves. Lots of love. Hope to see you again next time, folks. If you have any comments, by all means, leave them below. If you kind of dig it, it's going to get back to music, I promise. It's all about the music, and right now I'm just kind of actually digging some Devin Townsend podcasts he's been putting out since he's locked up. So yeah, checking out Devin Townsend's #2 podcast here on which one is this on? City. So he's talking about the strapping young lad stuff and some of how his struggles as an overnight success. Anyway, lots of love, folks. Take care of yourselves. All the best, and we'll chat soon.